Dang it. Go for it.
Hello, Mother. This is Half Mental, the show that's 90% baseball and the other half mental. I'm Dan.
And I'm Holt. And welcome back to the show.
Yeah. Great to be here. Great to have everybody with us.
I'm in a different spot tonight. Sorry, it's a little dark. But I'm watching.
I felt dark a second ago, but now, I don't know.
I'm watching the very important. That's better. Dodgers Padres series that's going on right now.
Oh, are they playing right now?
Which I'm sure we'll talk about later. Otherwise, what's up?
I mean, you want to just dive right into it?
What's going on in baseball, Dan? I don't, because I feel like it's going to take a while. Because I really want to talk about that. I've really struggled with it all day long.
Okay.
Let's just talk about it.
Okay.
So I was watching the game last night. Big series. The Dodgers have been playing like crap leading up to this. They're 3-5 over the last 8. And a couple wins. A couple of those wins were barely wins, like baseball god blessed wins.
Just to be, if they're 3-5 over their last 8, they're 5-5 over their last 10.
Yeah,
that cutoff of 8 games doesn't help them.
So yeah, they're not playing good baseball right now. This game happened last night, and it was a really good game, really competitive, like pitchers duel. Clayton had 21 swing and misses, the most he's had since 2017. He looked really good. His final line didn't really tell the full story. That's what opinion.
I believe the Dodgers fans are beginning to refer to as the Baez effect, right?
Yes.
Just all inherited runners are charged to the starter.
Anyway, great game, really fun game. Trent Grisham comes up in I believe it was the 7th inning, and
his home run was in the 6th.
The 6th, okay.
Yeah,
and he hits a home run, and I will say that for someone who was very excited about his home run, it really didn't go that far.
It went like 345 feet or something. Like it was.
I mean, I think it was 397 actually, but like it hit the first row of seats. Like
I remember hearing. I looked up his post-game interview, and the guy said the interviewer listed how far it went. I was like, well, that actually doesn't. It's not like 470 feet or something.
No, and it was like in right center too. I mean, it was a bomb. I can't hit a ball that far.
He hit a home run. Right.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to go on the internet saying I have zero problem with what he did at the plate. But I guess Grisham, I've looked a lot into this. I guess he has this thing where he holds up the amount of home runs he hits on his hands.
Is that what he was doing?
So he's rounding first base going like this, which is just not a good look in today's environment.
Okay.
And then I think you can watch it. I feel like no one is talking about this. Okay, actually, let's back it up a little bit. He hits the home run. He pimps the shit out of it. I'm fine with that. Then he takes like 4 or 5 steps, then like smirks at Kershaw, which I personally think is a little unnecessary. I don't think it's not about like respect of your elder, respect the Hall of Famer. That's not it. It's just like, all right, dude, you hit a home run. You did your thing. Let's play the game now. You got your time. Let's go. But to like make it, and that's another thing is like there's no history with this guy. And I know there doesn't have to be. He's just having fun in the moment. But, like, why make it personal? You know, celebrate your home. You know what I mean? Like, in other sports, you would get penalized for that.
Well, he turned his – what I saw his first move as was to his dugout.
Yeah, and I have no problem with that. His at the plate thing, I think a lot of people would say was maybe a little over the top. I honestly didn't bug me. But when he tried to lock eyes with Kershaw and like smile at him, that's shitty.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, no one's talking about that. He does that, and then he's holding up his hands, which is just dumb. But then when he rounds third, he looks in the Dodgers dugout and he's going like this, which is the amount of home runs he's hit this year, which is 9, which like, fine. Like 9, that's great. That's something I will never do, but like you're not anywhere near the home run leaderboard. You can still, if you can still.
Right. If he has enough fingers.
If he has enough fingers to show his home run total when the season's almost over, why fucking brag about it to the other team? So he does this to the Dodgers, and that's when the Dodgers are like, keep running the base. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, keep running. And then he says, like, shut the fuck up, motherfuckers, or whatever, and stomps on the plate. And then the internet explodes. Like, I can't believe the Dodgers are making a huge deal about this. And I'm like, I don't think it's us that made the big deal. Like, historically.
Yeah, I mean, Roberts talked about it like it was a respect thing.
I didn't like what Roberts said about it.
Kershaw had an appropriate reaction.
Yeah, I thought so too. Like, historically, Mookie. Mookie. Sorry, guys.
So my game updates, just so you're aware, Holt. I just got the Brewers extend their lead over the Cardinals 14-2.
Ouch. But didn't the Cardinals win 2 yesterday?
No, they split that doubleheader yesterday.
Oh, that's too bad.
Splitting the double. I like the 7-inning doubleheader, but splitting the doubleheader, it just is so like, I don't know, like a wasted day. It's like, why'd we do all this, guys?
Yeah, that's true. And didn't you guys have both extra innings?
I know one of them was. I'm not sure offhand.
Okay, let's get back to it real quick. So I think I do have like a little bit of baseball old guard in my blood, but like I've been fighting it for years now and I'm cool. Like, let the kids play. I think it's fun. I love it. This particular one, yes, I get it. It not only happened to my team, but it happened to my brother and lover from another mother. But
it was your guy.
I get that everyone's going to think that I'm just like freaking out, but like it just came out of nowhere. It just felt, and it did its job. It riled that team up. They scored, they poured on the runs that inning. We did not help ourselves out. We made a lot of errors.
We need to talk about some of your defensive miscues.
We looked like scared of the Padres last night.
So I did not watch the game, but I did watch a lot of highlights from it today. And there are times when you just – and it's – I mean, this is a weird season, right, because it's almost over, but we're only 40 games in or whatever, 45 or whatever, I guess. But, like, the Dodgers – I mean, they might not win the division, I guess, but they're definitely going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, Mookie's trying to play second just in case he has to, like – but the Padres, like, it really was like the Padres wanted to win that game more than the Dodgers did.
Right. And like,
because it meant more to them. Like,
yes.
Grisham said that was the biggest home run I've ever hit.
Yeah.
It was the biggest moment of my career. Right.
Right.
And
the biggest positive moment of his career for sure.
Right. He did have that. Did you see the play that all the Brewers were sharing this year?
Yeah.
Today. Yeah. But I mean, even down to like, and this gets into the defensive stuff, even like Profar baiting Muncy to run home. That's just a team that is just chomping at the bit.
Right.
To dethrone
everyone,
the big dog, right?
Every single Major League Baseball team should be scared of the Padres.
Yeah, totally.
Like they are playing like a high school, you know what I mean? They're playing like a college team that's like making a run of the World Series.
I mean, the trick is just if the the trick is if the Dodgers can flip that switch in the playoffs, right? Or whatever. And they probably can. I mean, I remember
we know how that has gone in the past.
It kept happening to like LeBron a handful of years ago. Like he'd get in the regular season and be like, oh, does LeBron still? And then he would just like try really hard in the playoffs, right?
Right.
And it was all fine generally. So it'll be interesting. I don't that Profar run home from third on Muncie was amazing.
Yeah, it really
and
was.
Like, I don't know how Muncie doesn't get anything. Like he should have at least just gotten the out at first if he was going to blow that.
I know.
Like, he managed to not even get the out at first.
I was so pissed when I watched that in real time. I was like, my office is right next to Ollie's room, my son. It's weird I just said that, but I almost like threw something because it was such a frustrating play to watch. My blood pressure was already so high. And but then the more I've like watched that play, it was just kind of an incredible play by Profar. Like, he timed it absolutely perfectly. Like, I don't really know what else Muncie does there. I mean,
what you do is you run straight at Profar. That's what he had to do, is run straight to Profar.
Well, you give up the out at first.
Yeah. Which he did eventually anyways.
My answer would have been
just get the out.
You throw home and you make sure that run doesn't cross the plate.
Yeah.
No matter what. But running at him is probably the correct answer. But yeah, the Padres are just really, really good. And right now it just feels like the Dodgers don't care. Like, Kershaw's the only one that's trying. Also, it's amazing that, like, we have hitters this year that are just not hitting, and somehow we're still leading baseball in home runs.
Yeah, I mean, it's an example. The team is just so deep.
Like, I mean, Bellinger actually has 10, but Cody Bellinger, man, he's like a guaranteed strikeout. It's like the 2017 World Series all over again, but for an entire season.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to sneeze.
Oh, my God. Bless you.
It's going to happen.
Mute.
Sorry. I should have muted. Yeah, sorry, guys. Didn't think of it. Yeah, I mean, even like, yeah, I mean, Turner's gone, and it's like no big. I mean, you said, sure, you guys haven't won 7 of your last 10 like you're used to, but yeah, team's crazy.
But there are other baseball teams in Major League Baseball, so we should talk about them. Cubs guy threw a no-hitter.
Are they? Oh yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
that was good. Have you heard his story at all?
No.
I did not. I think The Athletic did a big article on him, but the little synopsis is I don't even know where he went to college, but he would walk by a baseball practice as a freshman and watched for a little while and was like, and went and told the coach that he was better than his pitchers.
Whoa.
And the coach was like, I mean, obviously let him come throw for him. And then he got drafted in the 22nd round.
That's crazy.
Just threw a no-hitter.
That's wild.
Yeah. Both Chicago teams have the no-hitters this year.
Yeah, good point.
My man, I should have worn my jersey. Albert Pujols hit number 660.
Nice.
So he tied Willie Mays for 5th place on the home run list, which is super cool.
Trout hit his like 300th or something, right?
Yeah. So just to put this in, so Mike Trout, baseball god, who is like, is he 29 now?
Yeah.
Needs to average 36 home runs for the next 10 years to catch Pujols.
That's crazy.
Which is just crazy. I mean, it's just nuts. The longevity of excellence it takes to do that is just crazy.
Yeah. How are your boys doing? They're in the playoff hunt for sure, right?
Yeah, I mean, we'll probably make the playoffs. So I think we're seeing a little bit of the cost of the expanded playoffs right now. Cause like, I mean, if you can finish 500, you're going to make the playoffs. And a couple teams that do not finish 500 will make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And so it does feel like it's like there's not a lot of I mean, actually, you could argue that the Padres-Dodgers divisional race is the most interesting thing happening in the playoff scenario right now. There's just not a lot of drama.
Yeah. Well, they talked about it a lot last night, but like, there's not a whole lot of what's the word I'm looking for? There's not a whole lot of like reason or drive to get the number one seed.
Right.
Which is kind of a bummer. And we're going to pretty much end up playing the Padres. Like, no matter what, we'll end up playing the Padres in the division series, which I'm not saying we can't beat them. I'm just saying that's kind of unfortunate altogether. Like,
yeah,
you would think at this point, one of these two teams is going to be representing or should be representing the National League.
Sure seems like it.
I don't know that should be is the right way to put it, but right now the best two teams in the National League are going to play each other early in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah. Probably two of the top three teams in baseball or whatever. I mean,
yeah.
The Oakland A's had a pretty rough week.
They did have a rough week.
Matt Chapman is out for the season. I mean, again, like they're in good shape for the playoffs, but
yeah,
that's a pretty big blow. They had, we should talk about the wildfires in California are affecting baseball at this point.
Yeah.
Over the weekend, it was very much like, oh, these photos of, is it Candlestick still? What do they call it's not Candlestick still. What do they call the Giant Stadium?
Oh,
whatever.
Yeah.
Oracle.
It used to be like AT&T, but I don't think it's that anymore.
I mean, originally it was just like, oh, look at how crazy the sky looks. But the like air quality was a legitimate issue in Oakland last night. Jesus Luzardo actually after the game was like, it shouldn't be hard for me to breathe when I'm playing baseball, guys. I'm a 22-year-old professional athlete, you know?
Yeah.
And I haven't heard, like, Major League Baseball, I don't think has said anything about moving to alternate sites, but it's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's crazy. I actually didn't catch that. I did – it's sort of shame on me because I did catch the, like, silly photo part of it. Like, I saw one.
Well, one of them, the Giants, they were, like, accepting their gold gloves or something, I think. And so it's like this sort of celebratory moment, and then like the sky is on fire behind these guys. It was very.
I saw one that was pregame at like Safeco where the Mariners play, and it was like would people just last year even understand the concept of like cardboard cutouts watching Major League Baseball while the sky's on fire or whatever?
Yeah. You have to take a second to explain it to somebody.
Yeah. I think I think they might have been at the beginning of their shit show when we started that. Boy, go. Justin, turn it on. Sorry, guys. This is going to take a second. No, Justin Turner can't score on that. So I think the last time we recorded, the Yankees had just started their plummet.
Yeah.
But boy, they corrected pretty
leveled
quickly.
Off and
I was just looking at the standings before we got on, and they're like 5-game winning streak and not far back at this point. It's 3.5 back or something. But man, things got
good for them.
Things got bad for them. They were like dropping fly ball. Wild.
Oh, I didn't realize. Sorry, I just pulled it up. I didn't realize the White Sox had taken over the 1 seed in the American League.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Your boys, the Blue Jays, scored like 13 runs on them in 1 inning or something. Do you remember that?
Oh, really? I didn't notice that.
Yeah. It was crazy.
This is crazy.
Cody's up right now with guys on, and he's hit a home run off this pitcher. And it'd be cool to see him hit a home run and then, like, do a somersault and, you know, like, flip off all the – no, except he won't because he can't hit. He forgot how to hit. What else, Dan? I feel bad because I've been just – the Dodgers played the Astros over the weekend.
I was going to see if you wanted to talk about the Astros series.
That also was awful. Baseball's been rough lately, and
you split the series, right? It was a 2-game series.
Yes, but the loss that we took in it was just brutal. I mean, we were beating the Astros. Like, we beat them for 8 innings, and it didn't really feel like much of a – it was just like okay, we're up 5-1 on the Astros. Like,
yeah.
And it was that way all game. There was never a like, oh, yes. Dodgers up 2-0. There was never a moment when it felt like a close game until California Love. Kenley Jansen comes out, never records an out, and gives up 5 runs. Yeah,
worst outing of his career. That would be the worst outing of a lot of guys' careers, I guess, in fairness to him. That's pretty bad.
I mean, it was so hard to watch, and it was bizarre. He'd get up 0-2. I mean, I want to see, and I could look it up, an actual statistic of this. I'm pretty sure he was up 0-2 on every batter, or maybe it was every batter but one. Like,
yeah,
he'd throw 2 strikes immediately, and he just could not get the 3rd strike.
Crazy.
And a lot of people were super upset with Dave Roberts. I mean, obviously it happened very quickly, and you just sort of expect him to get out of that. And then we played the Astros the next night. We got up like 7-2 or something, and we put Kenley in for the 9th, and he goes 1-2-3.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Big dogs got to eat, you know.
So, I do feel pretty confident in Astros. We've got a situation right now on the TV where they're reviewing the pop-up. I hate this.
Are you trying to show me the screen?
Yeah, he's safe by a mile.
Yeah, no, hold the virtual background eats it. It only.
Oh yeah, I'm not at a baseball field right now, so they're reviewing. They're reviewing like Will Smith's pop-up slide, and I think he's going to be out, and I hate that.
Yeah,
he was safe by a mile.
Yeah, but this is the wrong use of instant replay, right?
Yep.
It's to see if like a gap of air.
Leave it to Manny Machado to call for that. You know what I'm saying?
That he doesn't have the authority to do that. It's not his job.
yeah, I know. It feels really nice to talk through some of this stuff. Also, Grisham's face is an issue, though.
Yeah, so I hadn't even seen him. I'd watched the video, and then you sent me just the photo of him.
Yeah.
And my first response is that he has a very punchable face.
Yeah. And while you said that, I was actually typing how it looks like he's already been punched a few times. Like his nose looks like
he doesn't look like a likable guy.
Yeah. It looks like
maybe he's a villain. You know, there are some villains in the world, man.
Yeah, and that's fine. Oh, they called him out. So annoying. That could have been our inning. Trent Grisham. 90. He's born in 96. He's 23 years old.
That's young.
Yeah, so he was 22 years old when he lost the wild card game for his team.
I don't remember having seen that play before. I'm sure I did at the time.
Trent, yeah, it was big.
I'm sure I saw it. But when I saw the replay, I was like, oh no, what just happened to that guy?
Oh, I forgot. So this is sad, but I couldn't sleep last night. I got in bed and I just like couldn't turn my brain off, and I was like, oh, I get it. Grisham's been trolling the Dodgers since 2019. Like, he's the reason the Nationals advanced and the Nationals beat us, and now he's freaking throwing up nines while rounding third base.
So just for another glimpse into I don't know if people care about this, but I thought it was hilarious. You texted me at 10:15, I think, last night.
One of them. The first one was at like 9.
I don't think so.
Go ahead. Keep going. Say what you have to say.
9:40. I was asleep.
9:40.
Well, I was still asleep. And then and then I didn't text you because I like wake up early and I got to work and I didn't want to text you at 5:30 in the morning. And by like 9 o'clock, Holt was like, "You're the worst." Just because I hadn't responded. No, it was even 8:20.
Yeah.
I hadn't given you an appropriate enough response.
It's true. I just like pictured you at work being like, he did nothing wrong. He's just this exciting electric player.
I don't think, just to be clear, I don't think Trent Grisham is an exciting electric player. I think that.
Me neither. All right. Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else? I mean, obviously we missed stuff like the White Sox are a really incredible team. I think it'll be easier to focus. Like, I mean, it'll be a little more focused when the playoffs picture comes out and we can start talking about the playoffs. We might.
Oh, they're going to do hub cities. Did you see this?
Yeah, I did see this.
So
actually,
the NL is going to play in Arlington, and the AL is going to play in California.
I thought the World Series was going to be in Arlington.
That is also true.
Okay. Yeah, but then like the first round you get home field advantage, but then there's no home field advantage after that, right?
I don't know. I don't have enough information on that because I mean somebody is a home team and gets the last opportunity to score.
No, I think maybe I'm totally.
Is the first round being played in home cities?
Yeah. That was the impression I was under, is that
may be the case.
Yeah. But there's really like the whole thing is, and maybe I'm wrong here, but if you're seeded, how many teams are there? 6 on each side?
No, there's 8.
8. So if you're 1 through 4, you get home field advantage. So there's not really the advantage is for the first 4 seeds, not, you know what I mean? There's no big deal about being 1 or 4.
Right.
It's the same advantage. Profar is having a good series. So yeah, I think that's what they're doing. They're going home fields for that very first round, and then they're going to the bubbles. I remember seeing I hate when I have to say this out loud, but I remember seeing an article that I never read that said something about like the Dodgers not being happy with the family situation in the bubbles. Did you ever see anything about that?
Justin Turner actually said that because there were some, and I guess I don't know what, I mean, I guess they came to an agreement. But basically, I don't know if they're allowing families into the bubbles. I think that may be the case. Because, I mean, the big thing, like Justin Turner, what he said is you're making us choose between wanting to be with our families or going to the playoffs.
Right.
And he said that's not a fair position for us to be in. We've been able to play. And like what he said is, and I mean, I actually think he has a point. There have been 2 outbreaks, right, that affected the Marlins early on, and then the Cardinals were shut down for 2 weeks. Other than that, everything's gone far better than I think either of us expected it to.
Yeah, especially after the first couple weeks.
And like he said, he was like, we've been doing everything we're supposed to do for 2 months. Why are you going to tell us that that's not good enough now, you know?
Right.
And he had a point, but again, I got that they came to an agreement. It was an interesting perspective, though. Like, well, we've done what we were supposed to, and really everything's gone well.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Where do you have a TV that high? What are you looking at?
I'm like sitting in this rocking chair. It's like it's not that high.
It seems like it's like on the ceiling.
Grisham just put down a safety squeeze really well. Oh. And he ran to first base, stepped on first base, and acted like it wasn't that big of a deal. I'd argue that a safety squeeze is I guarantee you
it's a more rare play. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's got less than 9 safety squeezes probably in his whole career.
Oh, that's funny.
All right. Well, cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Oh, wait. We have to do it on the end, right?
What? Oh. The audio's not working, though, right?
There you go.